Do you want to start beekeeping in 2025? Or are you looking for another nucleus colony? If so, we've got the nuke for you. Hi, I'm Charlie.
I'm Lorraine.
And welcome to Jurassic Bees. This nucleus colony has been specifically bred for back garden beekeeping. We've selected premium F1 genetics that provide the most docile queens, robust disease resistance, and the best honey production.
As you can see, these bees are already chilled. They're not flying out the box too much, they're not coming towards, they're not even willing to sting you.
That's not to say they won't sting. They will sting if we're rough with them. They'll attack wasps, they'll attack anything they're getting in there that shouldn't get in there. But look, they're calm. We can tap the frames, you can put my hands on top of them. They don't care. These bees have been selected specifically to be docile. Perfect for being in the back garden. So what do you actually get with one of our nucleus colonies? So we offer two types. We offer nucleus colonies in the post and they arrive in these Paynes boxes, or we offer collection in the 6-frame Abelo boxes.
So within these nucleus colonies, you'll get at least 3 frames of brood in all stages, including cap brood, eggs and larvae. You'll also get frames of pollen and honey to keep these colonies going.
The reason that we use these Paynes nucleus when we're sending out, firstly it's robust, but secondly, once they arrive with you, they have these inbuilt feeders, which allows you to start feeding straight away. So if they arrive with you and the weather's not great, they can stay in this box. They can stay in this box for a couple of weeks once they arrive. You can just feed them a little bit of syrup, 1-to-1 in the spring, and the bees will be fine. One other thing to note is that all of our frames are brand new.
All of our nucleus colonies will come with fresh frames and they'll all be marked green, or the year that they were done. So this year's 2024, and so they're marked green. And so that means you've got fresh, only a year old frames. Typically frames only last about 3 years before you have to cycle them out, so it means you get the most amount of life out of the frames we provide.
Now you might ask why that's important. Wax is vital to a colony. It filters out all of the diseases, it filters out all of the pesticides. Dark wax is horrible. It's not good for the bees, it's not good to work with. So all of our nucleus colonies are specifically built on the frames that you receive. Now quite often when you're buying nucleus colonies on Facebook Marketplace or even from some apiary sites, they're split from swarms. So typically a beekeeper might have a colony which is about the swarm, and they'll take a split and sell that as a nucleus colony. And what that means is you're getting old manky frames and an old queen. Not with us. Now these bees aren't split from swarmy stock. We've specifically selected them and bred them here on the Jurassic coast in Dorset to help you get the very best start. You may have heard the old saying, swarmy bees create swarmy stock. That's not what we do. Our bees are selected to be the very best, to help you get the best start. They're ideal for the first time beekeeper or someone looking to improve their genetic stock.
All of our bees would have been treated previous year, so currently we have a treatment in place. And we will also treat them again in the winter.
So right now we're using apophyte strips, and come December when they're at their broodless period, we use apibioxal dribble or vaporizer. What that means is the mite loads are really reduced, and by doing so that reduces the virus loads, which means that you get the very best quality nucleus colony. So let's get into it. So, currently the middle of September, these bees are just starting their winter preparation, and the first thing out is a lovely frame of pollen. Really good. The bees are packing the pollen in, ready for their overwintering. We also have some brood. We have lots of larvae, young larvae. These are going to be the winter bees. These are going to be the bees that carry this colony through the winter. Oh wow, that's a whole whole frame of caproot. Let's bring that up close. Just look at that, a whole frame of caproot. Lovely calm bees, a little bit of pollen, loads of honey around the edge. Those bees are getting set for the winter.
So when we go through our frames, we always put them back in order so that it keeps the shape of the brood nest and ensures that the honey is where the bees want it to be.
As you can see, they're lovely calm bees. They're not flying up in your face, and this is a big colony. We've got one or two buzzing around us, but it is the middle of September and that's when they're at the most grumpiest. So we have another frame of mostly cat brood, lots of eggs and lots of pearly white royal jelly. Looking good. So, look at that, a lovely frame, more cat brood, lots of pollen.
And on this side we've got our queen, green marked F1 Buckfast queen.
And there she is. Look at that. F1 Buckfast queen, green marked, doing her business. Fantastic. Right, so we're just making sure we know where the queen is before we put her in, just so that we can make sure that we don't squish her. Obviously we're always very careful, but the queen is the number one. That's the one we definitely can't afford to lose.
So button her up nice and tight and then we can pop the rest of the frames back in.
So what's next for this colony? Well, we're just waiting for the ivy flow to start. They've still got lots of room in the brood nest and they're still continuing to build up their winter bees. Once that ivy comes out, they're going to start foraging and they'll fill the rest of the nest with the honey and the pollen that they need to get through the winter. We're going to continue doing a little bit of trickle feeding just to make sure that they've got enough. And then once we get into October, we'll give them their last winter feed. And that will fill the nest and make sure they've got all the stores they need to get through.
Come the spring, we'll check them before sending them out to just make sure that the queen is back up and laying, that they're looking nice and healthy, and it has all that brood in all stages with plenty of food.
So we don't clip our queens. Our queens are marked with the year that they're mated. This one is a green 2024. We'll double check before she's sent out that that marking is still visible and that the bees haven't rubbed it off. And then we'll get it in the post. These ones will be sent out on Royal Mail. They're next day special delivery and they do very well in the post. These Nucleus boxes are perfect for that.
They come with a travel screen so that they ensure that the bees have sufficient ventilation, don't overheat on the transportation.
So if you're looking for a Nucleus colony, either get in touch via WhatsApp or email or check out our website www.jurassicbees.co.uk.